Hey, hey, superhero. Listen up, lean in. I've got something to tell you. Now, I've got bad news and I've got good news. So I'll throw the bad news at you first, and then I'll share the good as well. Here's the bad news: there is no one and nothing coming to save you, despite what many people are talking about at the moment, despite many talking about a disclosure, talking about alien races, talking about star families, talking about ships coming to rescue, talking even about a politician or a famous person or someone extraordinarily rich who is going to save the world. Let me tell you this: there is no one out there. There is nothing out there that is coming to save you. Now, that's really good news, and I'll tell you why. Here's the good news. Inside you, deep, deep, deep inside you, there is a voice that you're not hearing, or perhaps you're hearing and you're ignoring it. It's the voice of your inner superhero. It's the voice of that part of you that knows how to save you, that knows what you need to do in order to save yourself, to serve others and save them if necessary, and to perhaps even save the entire world through your purpose. So it's time for you to truly unlock your inner superhero, unleash your spiritual giftedness and your superpowers so that you truly can save yourself first, then use what you learn to save others or to share that with others through your purpose, and perhaps contribute to saving the entire world through what we know as the ripple effect. And there's one thing that you have to do to start this process. Obviously, you're going to want to unlock. You are going to want to unlock your inner superhero. But how do you do that? How do you start to listen to that small voice inside you that is telling you in every single moment, with every aligned number that shows up, with every feather that drops on the ground in front of you, with every book that jumps off a bookshelf in front of you, with what you're hearing right now in this moment? The very first thing that you want to do is to start turning on to that small, still voice inside you. Now, just to be sure, there are people who might call this your guides. They might call it your angels, your star family, your soul, your higher self, or even God. But in truth, in actuality, it is your own self, those non-physical parts of you, that we call all of these names in order to make them comfortable for us, or in order to have it conform to what is society's, sorry about my stutter, what is society's idea of what spirituality is. But we're moving beyond that. We're in the place that we're in right now where you're hoping against hope that there is someone or something outside that is taking care of all the rubbish that's going on in the world. We are perfectly going through this in order for us to discover what we haven't yet discovered, and that is this: you are the one that you've been waiting for. Now, I'm not telling you anything you haven't heard a million times before from many, many spiritual teachers and religious teachers and gurus and Joe Blog on down the road. We've heard this over and over again, that you are the one that you've been waiting for. But listen up. We've actually got to start moving into that energy now. The reason that we created what's going on in the world right now, this seemingly chaos that's happening, this seemingly falling down of the entire world, the reason that we created this is so that we could transcend what we think and believe we know to be true about everything and truly step into our power, recognizing that everything outside of us is simply a reflection and a projection of what is inside us. So the superhero you're waiting for is you. The superhero you are waiting for is you. And so one of the very first things you want to start to do in order to unlock your inner superhero so that you can hear the guidance from your inner superhero, so that you can find your purpose or the purpose of your inner superhero, which, by the way, I call the super self, when you finally step into a place where you are fully self-actualized and you've unlocked your inner superhero and you're using your spiritual giftedness or your superpowers and you are in your spiritual purpose, doing the thing. That's what I call the super self. It's the version of you that is the human being that's walking on this planet, that is connected 24/7, 365 to those non-physical aspects that in the past we've called our higher self, our soul, but we now understand is just simply another aspect of us, another very, very important aspect of us. We're the physical manifestation of all that is, and all that is in the non-physical. It's that part of us that's already lived the life that we're living, that's already lived every life that's ever been lived. And you can tune in, tap in to an astonishing and infinite amount of knowledge and gain from that. You can even tap into the versions of you in the future and bring back with you through conversations with that part of you, bring back the knowledge of what did you do today in order to get to the future where you are fully self-empowered and you're walking this earth as your super self. So I keep saying the thing that you need to do, the number one thing that you need to do, to stop waiting for someone to come and rescue you and to actually step into your power and save yourself, others, and perhaps even the world, if that's your purpose. And it is just a little whisper. It is your purpose. Because you cannot save yourself without saving the world. So the very first thing you have to do is go inside. And I don't mean walk out from the garden and come inside the house. Go inside your own self, where all of the wisdom is, where the universe resides, and where your non-physical aspects are speaking to you, or your inner superhero is speaking to you. Go inside and find all of those places within you where you are holding on to energy that you have not expressed, emotional energy that you have not expressed. We've all been doing all of the mindset work and we're still doing the mindset work. And I'm not saying don't do the mindset work, I'm saying go in, allow yourself to be present with all of the emotional energy that you've pulled into yourself through not being your true self in your life. Because let's face it, it's not been safe to be your true self. In this lifetime, I'm not talking about past lives where you were persecuted as witches and warlocks and these sorts of things, and mystics, but rather even in this lifetime, where society would have us believe that boys don't cry, where you don't speak your mind, and all of those things. So every single time that you've come across any of those things, and by the way, there's hundreds and hundreds of those things in your life where you felt disempowered in any way, in that moment, the energy that you wanted to express or the emotion that you wanted to express, and you chose not to because it was against the rules, all of that energy is still inside you. And it's what is blocking your ability to hear and to work with your inner superhero, or that part of you that is in the non physical. So, your first job, the first thing to do, is to go inside and start clearing out those unfelt emotions. Once you do that, you'll be able to hear clearer the messages that are coming to you. You'll be able to tune in more finely to your inner superhero. You'll be able to move into a place where you can start to embody your super self and then become one with it and truly start saving yourself, others, and the world. And the world needs superheroes right now. Hope you enjoyed the message. Thanks, superhero. I'll talk to you again soon.